Hi you guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, Amelia Online. I'm going to be starting a new segment or type of video, I guess, on my channel, a Talks with Amelia or some sort of podcasty sort of thing. I don't know what it'll be called yet, but I just really like that kind of style of video, like the Emma Chamberlain podcast talks or the Madeline Argy podcast. I watch those I wouldn't say religiously, but I definitely find myself listening to them on the treadmill on my way to class, and when I'm having a tough time. I think those are my favorite things to watch to pull me out of that. And something that I've been wanting to talk about is college is weird. College is really, really, really weird. And I think there are people talking about it, but just not enough. And I don't think anything could have prepared me for the transition. And I think your first year at college is the worst. I'm gonna be honest. I think it's the worst because for me it's resetting your whole life. It's pressing a button and moving to a new place and restarting everything. And I think that's why it's so hard, because for your first year you're rebuilding your life, because at home, wherever that home is, your hometown, wherever, and obviously this applies a little bit differently to if you don't leave home for college. I think it's important to leave home at some point. I think that it's great to explore, and I think that's something I've always wanted to do, and I think that college is an opportunity for you to get out, for you to leave. And I know it seems why do I have to get out? Because there's so much more out there you haven't experienced. I think that you should travel the world if you have the opportunity to, and I think college is that first opportunity to explore and to travel. And I would love to travel the world if I had the opportunity, but I don't have the finances for that. But I think as someone who did travel a lot as a kid, I've went through a lot of moving and all that, and I think moving is the worst part. And then the rebuilding your life is the worst part. The thing is, I grew up doing it. And so I think now moving in and rebuilding my life, it feels different. It feels different because when you're a kid, you're the new kid at school and you move to a new place and everyone's obsessed with you. They're you're the new kid, and it's different. Everyone loves you. In college, everyone's moving. Everyone's moving at the same time. Everyone's the new kid. So it's if you're not the coolest new kid, no one cares that you're the new kid. I think that college, the first year, is so hard because at your hometown, you have grown up there. A lot of people have grown up there their whole lives, and they have built up their life to the way they love it. And in college, you're coming to this new place, and you haven't, and you have to restart, and you have to spend time building up your new life how you want it. I think that it's such a good opportunity to really build a life that you enjoy. And I think that it's so great that you can choose the people, you can meet new people, and you can choose if you want them in that new life that you're building. And I think I kind of struggle with that because I think I'm too picky. I think I meet someone new and I am we didn't really connect. Why would I have someone in my life close to me that I don't really connect with? And I think it's rough for me because I want these very genuine connections, and I have a couple really genuine connections, but I don't feel the need to have people in my life that I don't have that connection with. And I think that's valid, and I think that's okay to feel that way. But I also think I need to work on being less picky, because I'm building this new life for myself, and I get to choose the places I like and the people I like and what I want to do with my time, and it's all my decisions, and I try to make them with as much like reasoning and as much purpose. I'm trying to live with as much purpose as possible. And the thing is, I'm not being fair to everyone I meet or all the places I go. I make a decision, and that's my decision. I have a reasoning. I have a purpose for why I'm making that decision, and I don't make it again. Or I do make it again. But a lot of times I won't. I will go meet someone new, and I'll hang out with them one time, and I'll say, this was not what I want. And I won't do it again. I think it's okay to be like that. I think it's good to be picky with the people that you're meeting and you're spending your time with, and you're spending your energy on, because that's your energy. And I feel as I'm protecting it too much. And maybe it's because I've gotten hurt, or because of people that friendships I've had to let go, or relationships I had to let go because I was wasting my energy. Or I was putting in too much energy, and they were bringing me like negative energy. I know that sounds so weird, but there have been so many people in my life, I think especially during high school, because you grow up with all these people and you guys grow out of each other. And you're trying your best to still provide for these friendships, but you're too comfortable now. And it's so easy to bring a negative energy into someone else's life. And I was finding myself feeling surrounded by so much negativity. And so those friendships I did have that were positive energy, I was holding on to those. I was clinging on to those. And the ones I didn't, I was letting go of. And I think that's healthy. And I think I'm in a very healthier place now that I've done that. And I think when I go home, I cherish my time at home so much more, because I'm cherishing my time with my family and the family I really care about, and the friends that support me genuinely and that genuinely care about me and reach out to me when I'm home and say, I want to see you, I've missed you so much. And I feel the exact same way. And I think it's hard to go back home when you've let go of all those friendships. And I've talked to people that have said that they had these positive friendships in their life at home, and they're leaving it in the past. And they're leaving their high school and their years before that in the past. And that's so weird to me, because I love being at college, and I love the few genuine friends I've made here. I think it's unrealistic to say I've made 10 million friends here. I've met so many people, but I've only really genuinely connected with a few of them. And those few people, I would say, are my close friends. And I think we're all struggling together, so I feel even closer to them, because we're all in this new place and we're all rebuilding our lives back up, and we're doing it together. And I think that I really value that. But I think those friendships that I've had for as long as I can remember, and have thought to myself, are they serving me? Or are they bringing negativity into my life? And I've chosen to keep them in my life. I think those are some of my favorite friendships, because we've been through so much together, and I still want you in my life, because you've been there for me forever. And I'm now at my healthiest point, and I still want you in my life. And I think that's really important to me. And I think it just makes me cherish going back home so much more, because I have those people there waiting for me when I do go home. So I don't think staying at home is bad. I have plenty of friends that also have stayed at home, and they're doing amazing, and they're successful, and they're doing so much. But I think I'm very appreciative of myself and the opportunity for forcing myself to move away. And it is such a hard thing, and I haven't met one person who hasn't struggled with moving away for college. Every single person I've talked to has talked about how hard it has been to move away for college. And it's because you're rebuilding your life. Because you've spent all these years building it in one place, and now you're moving to a completely different place. And I have friends that have moved even farther than I have. I've only moved like 2.5 hours or something like that. It's not that crazy, but I don't go home very often. So I'll see those friends that have went away for 6 to 8 hours or even farther, out of state, some of them. And I see them about 3 times a year now, probably, because we're so far. And that's okay. But it makes seeing them when I come back home so much more special. So much more special and so much more valuable. And when you move away, the heart really does grow fonder. Because I cherish those friends and I love those friends so dearly. Probably more than when I lived there. Because they were just my everyday. And I know that sucks to say. And when I go back home for winter break, I miss my roommate so much. And it's like, and I went to go visit her over winter break. It was a month. And I went to go visit her because I just missed her so much, because she's a person that I have a genuine connection with and a friendship that I truly care about. Okay, let's go back to how freshman year is like the hardest. I think your first year of college is the hardest because you're rebuilding your life and you're in a new place with new people and all this. But I think it's amazing because you get to choose how you want to build it. And I think that's why I'm being so picky. I don't have a ton of friends, but I don't want a ton of friends that I don't truly care about. And I think that's important for me. And I'm definitely a quality over quantity person. And I really value that about myself. And I would say I'm very loyal to those friends and those people in my life. And I think that you're having to rebuild everything. Your friends, your best friends, you're having to rebuild where you live, the area. I think community is kind of a big thing. You need to learn your favorite dinner places. You need to learn your favorite coffee shops. You need to learn your favorite beach. Like, you need to learn your favorite hikes. All of those things you need to relearn because your home ones are far away now. You're not gonna go on a Sunday, drive all the way home just to go on your favorite hike. You know what I mean? And I think that's why it's so fun and important, and you learn so much about yourself when you go and explore different places and you move different places, because you get to relearn all those things. And I think I've learned so much about myself. I think I've chosen people that I really care about. I've found places that I really truly like, and new hobbies and new activities that I truly really like. And I've learned so much about myself because of what I'm choosing, because my decisions I'm making with so much purpose. And I think that's lovely. I really enjoy that about myself, that I'm meeting new people, and I just don't say yes to everything. My motto used to be in life, I say yes to everything. In high school, I'd say yes to everything. And I think I'm not like that anymore. I think I'm picky now with who I like, where I want to go, how I want to spend my time and spend my energy. And I think it's me putting myself first, and I think it's me really cherishing my own energy. Okay, another little thing I want to touch on is the stereotypes and the outlook on college and how everyone else looks compared to your mind. Because you'll see girls walking on campus with 10 girls walking. They're a big group of friends, and they're laughing and they're happy, and you're thinking, how do I make friends? And it's hard to make friends in college, and it starts with putting yourself out there, but we'll get to that. I just want you to know that everyone else is thinking the exact same thing. Everyone else is also scared to talk to a new person, is also scared to make friends. And they didn't just make those friends. They didn't just see someone someday and said, you're my new best friend. That's not how it works. That's not how people are. And the thing is, a lot of the time, people only have a few genuine true friends. And I think it's important that you know that just because you don't have all these friends, or you don't have a bunch of friends in class, or you don't walk to class together, that doesn't mean anything. Just because you're walking alone and everyone else is walking together doesn't mean anything. Because I would think that. In the beginning, I would think that. And I do have class friends. And I do have friends I could walk to class with. And the thing is, I just don't want to. I enjoy my time alone. I enjoy my time alone. I enjoy most of my weekdays I spend alone. And I think that it's important for me because I'm learning so many new things about myself, and it gives me so much opportunity and time with what I like to do. And I've picked up hobbies, I've picked up clubs, I've picked up so many new things because I have so much time to spend how I want to choose how to spend them. And I'll be in class, and I have a friend that I usually like sit with in class, and a lot of days we don't talk in class. We're friends, and I sit with her. I have like 4 classes with her like every semester. We're in the same major, and we'll talk. We'll have days where we'll talk, and we'll have days where we don't. And because I just don't want to talk. I'm in class. Like, you don't have to be that person that knows everyone. No one is. No one is that person. No one's that person. And you shouldn't feel alone because you don't know everyone. Because no one knows everyone. College is so big. That's what's great about college, is that it's not high school. What I love about college is it's not high school, because in high school, you basically know everyone. I went to a bigger high school too, I feel like. And, like, it feels so small because you know everyone. You grew up with all these people and you know everyone. You walk through the halls and every single face, you could name them for the most part. But in college, you don't know anyone. The majority of people there you don't know. It depends on the college for sure. But what I love about college is that because I don't want to know everyone. I don't want to walk around and point at every single face. I want to be able to walk to class by myself and have that alone time and be able to listen to a Madeline Argy podcast or listen to Emma Chamberlain. And I want to be able to spend my time how I like, and I don't want to run into all these people that I know and they're, oh, do you want to go do this with me? I don't want to. I want to go to the library and I want to spend time alone. A lot of these times, I think that the friendships that you're seeing aren't the most genuine either. I think it's a lot more important to have quality over quantity and to have a few friends you really cherish and then have yourself. Because you will always have you. You will always have you. Over everything else, you will always be there for you. And it's important to have a couple friends who are there for you and have yourself the most. Because at the end of the day, you will always be there. You're always stuck in your head. So make it a nice place to be. Okay, like the last thing I want to talk about is that you have to choose happiness. I genuinely think you have to choose happiness. And I think especially now, for me, I think especially in new stages of your life, you have to choose happiness. You go to a new university, a new college, and you don't know anyone. Well, guess what? How are you going to meet people? Common interest, common places, common classes, all of this. I think it's very easy if you're in Greek life or sport. I joined Greek life and I hated it. I really didn't like it. And a lot of times it's Greek life or no life. But I think that's wrong. Because what I like about college is having so much time by myself and to make my own decisions. When I was in Greek life, there were 3 days a week I had to go to weekly mandatory meetings, dress a certain way, do certain things, hang out with people I didn't want to hang out with, go to certain events to pretend I like all these people I don't know. I didn't know a majority of these girls because there's so many girls there. There's so many girls, and no one knows each other. And it's so cliquey, and like, and there's fun events. Don't get me wrong, there's fun events, and I went to the fun events. And then I left. Because it's not even that you're buying your friends. But you are buying a social life. You're buying these events. But you're going with people you don't want to go with. I didn't like the people I was there with. They were nice, don't get me wrong, but I wasn't forming genuine connections. And maybe I didn't have enough time, whatever. But it wasn't worth it. It wasn't worth it. I wasn't happy. I was trying to choose happiness, but there was no happiness to achieve. It was like networking events every week that I had to go to. And I didn't want to go to them. And I was tired of wasting my energy on these people I didn't care about. And then there's sports. And I think sports are a really great way to meet people. They're really easy to meet people because you're struggling together. You're working together. So there's club sports. There's D1 sports, obviously. I think either of those are great. The thing is, my sport is tennis. My sport will always be tennis. I love tennis so much. And I've only been playing for 4 or 5 years now, since my freshman year of high school. And there was over 100 people that tried out. And about 4 girls made the team. And I was not one of those girls. This was on my club team. It's just so competitive. And there are a lot of sports that are less competitive. But I didn't care about those sports. I didn't care about them. And I still think about joining water polo or joining other sports. My roommate's in water polo. But I just don't care about the sport. And I know I'm going to waste so much energy and spend so much energy on it when I don't care about it. So, I learned how to sew. We have a room in the library with a bunch of sewing machines that you can use whenever you want. And I learned how to sew. And it's one of my favorite things to do. And I've started making my own clothes and selling them. And I also joined a women's weightlifting club. It's called Girl Got Gains, and it's lovely. You should check it out if you are a gym girl or fitness or want to get into that. You should check it out at your school. It's probably at your school. And we would start having these weekly workouts all together, and I started going to them, and I didn't know anyone. And I didn't know anyone, and I was nervous, and I was scared. But all the girls were so accepting and so nice, and it's so much scarier in your head when you're having all these doubts and negative thoughts, and then you get there and it's fine. And now I go to the events, and I'll know a few girls, and there'll still be a majority that I don't know. Because you're not going to talk to every single person at the event. You're just not. You're not going to meet every single person. So there's going to be people you don't know. And it's scary to talk to them, but once you do, it's fine. It's fine, and you'll think back later and be like, that was such an interesting conversation. That was such a weird experience. Whatever you're thinking, they're both fine. They're both fine to think. And I have some friends in that club now that I really enjoy. Some genuine connections. So when I say you have to choose happiness, I mean you have to force yourself to put yourself out there. You have to choose happiness, because if you're not happy and you're not changing, you're choosing. If you're not changing what you're doing, you're choosing to not be happy. But if you're trying new things and you're changing the things you're doing in the way you put yourself out there, you're choosing and you're working towards being happy. So if you're not changing, you're choosing. And you have to choose happiness to be happy. I'm saying in general. If you're laughing with one of your friends, okay, and you're like, I'm happy right then. That's not what I mean. I mean happy with your life. Happy with your overall. Happy with your day-to-day. That's what I mean. And I think it's so hard when you first start college to just be happy with your day-to-day and happy with your life, because you're figuring out what you want to do with it right now. You're figuring out who you are, how to feel the most you, what you like, what you don't like, all of that is right now. This is the prime time. So if you're not happy with your right now, You need to change it. You need to change it. And I think there's never a time to wait. I think if you're still in high school, I think if you're out of it, and you're not happy with your overall, with your day-to-day, with your life, you need to change it. There's no better time, because if you're not changing it, you're choosing it. I just think that maybe college is the easiest time for that. But don't wait until college to do that. Do that as soon as you can to be the most you can be. Because since I've worked so much on my mental and I started really trying to choose being happy, I have felt so much lighter. I felt so much lighter of a person. And I think I am really working towards being that 100% potential of happiness. And that doesn't mean you won't have bad days, and that doesn't mean you won't meet someone and you won't like them and you'll still hang out with them. That doesn't matter. But work on it. Change it. Okay, that is going to be the end of this first little episode. I'm very big on mental and being positive and all of those things, and if you would like me to talk about it more, I really will. And if there's other subjects or advice or whatever, please let me know, because I really enjoy talking about this and am insane, so I will talk about it forever. But I really hope you enjoyed. Yeah, I'll probably do a little more of this. I'll still do some vlog stuff, but I don't want to vlog boring stuff. I want to vlog fun stuff. So yeah. Okay guys, I'll see you later. Bye you guys.